Live league action. In 2018, the Auckland Rugby League is putting the game in your hands. Never miss a hit from New Zealand's premier rugby league competition when they tackle the toughest competition in town. To get the inside edge on where you can watch the action live and free, head up aucklandleague.co.nz. Live league action. aucklandleague.co.nz.
And a cultural advisor, Poya Whanau, who took us through all the pre-war, pre-dance, pre-haka, the haka, if you want to call it that. And so we trained, we did a lot of training for that. So there wasn't a cultural thing as well. Going to the games every time we got a team song. That was awesome.
Come support us, take on Auckland at Mount Stadium.
During that 86 team, you know, in the tour, tell me who impressed you on the team? Who played well that year with you?
Oh, George Mann was great. Alamani Leava'a was awesome. He was a Tongan international. The boys that came that didn't play a lot of first grade, like Premier football, just outstanding how they lifted to play for Tonga.
Yeah, a real competitive game, but you know, I guess if for the coaches, if our part, just prepare the teams well, get them in the right mindset, selection, picking players that want to be there and want to play well in the middle of a club season, their actions will deliver. And you know, the players know each other well too, so you know, and so there'll be a little mini contest, you hope, that develop through the game. And yeah, my mindset is always you know, you go out there and you give it your very best, and your very best means, you know, again, it's about effort and attitude.
What does the Auckland Rugby League team mean to you?
Obviously, Auckland Rugby League got a proud heritage, you know, going back into the Carl Park days and the games against Great Britain and all that, so obviously you're well aware of the history. Plus it's the pinnacle for a local game. You know, being picked for an Auckland side, you know, Akarana and counties, no disrespect, but to be picked for an Auckland side is pretty massive.
Auckland Rugby League back in the day, there was some class acts, there was some really top rugby league players that made the team, and it was probably harder to make an Auckland Rugby League team than it was to make the Kiwis. Do you take some of that through to the boys that you're looking to select and what that tradition means coming into this match?
Yeah, we really do. You know, like I'm aware of the Clayton Friends and people have come through and made Kiwis out of Auckland will come back together. But people like Francis Yoda, who's come into the group and has been there every training, he's a guy that stayed in Auckland, played for Rotorua, played for the Auckland side, and then gone and made the Kiwis the hard way through club football. Brian McLennan, people like that who are real true Auckland League, and that's what we're really conscious of.
What did it mean to you when you were asked to take the Auckland team as the head coach?
I was really proud. You know, I never really thought about it, but to be rung and offered it just gave me a chance to be part of something that not everyone gets an opportunity to do.
Turning our attention to the Tongan New Zealand residents, how do you think this game's going to unfold?
It'll be a tough one. You know, any Tongan side comes with a lot of passion and pride. You saw that in the World Cup, but you just go back to past Pacific Cups. They just play with a new passion. Doesn't matter who they pick. You know, they grow an extra leg, and we're going to have to match that passion and pride. And I think we've got a squad that can do that.
Hello everyone and welcome in to the 2018 Upright Access Man Cup. I'm Corey Rosser, bringing you commentary throughout the day as we build towards kickoff in the curtain raiser between the Auckland Maori under-20 and the Samoa Invitational under-20 before the big game. Auckland taking on Tonga New Zealand residents. We are live at Mount Smart Stadium, just a few minutes away from the festivities beginning for the curtain raiser. We're now going to take you to the crowd before we go into the national anthems. crowd starting to build here at Mount Smart Stadium on an overcast Auckland day. The rain holding off so far. You can hear in the background the two teams being announced. We will bring you team lists closer to kickoff. So we can see the teams now making their way onto the field. Auckland Maori in shot. Their under-20s team coming from clubs all across Auckland. Gathered in camp last night at a local marae. The team coached by Neville Rogers and assisted by Cody Walker from the Mount Albert Lions. There's a lot of these players coming through the Auckland Maori system, playing at tournaments throughout the age grades. See our match officials on screen as well, led today by Nathan Barker-Pringle in the middle of the park. So we're now preparing for the Samoan national anthem, sung by Mile Nau Lino.
Samoa tulai.
now going to the New Zealand national anthem sung in Maori by Valerie Tiraitua. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, the national anthems of Samoa and New Zealand and Maori. We're now going to go into the pre-match huckers and war dances before we go into kick-off here. And the Auckland Maori under-20 up against the Toa Samoa Invitational under-20.
Oh, take them off.
Yeah, and then so we can go. Test 1 2 1 2.
Samoa! Oi le toa! Samoa! Oi le toa! Watu watu! Samoa! Samoa! Oi le toa! Watu watu! Samoa! Samoa! Kako wow! Kako kau! Kau 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 kau! Isa! Kako wow! Kako kau! Go, 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 go! Isa! Zawia! Yeah, but of my sources. I'm on the areas. It's awesome. It's awesome. It's awesome. It's awesome. It's awesome.
moves as well as the 2 pre-match war dances. We are now going to bring up the team list and run you through the teams as they will take the field today. An overcast day here at Mount Smart Stadium. Starting with the Auckland Maori under-20 at the back, Wairangi. On the wings, Tuhi Pompey and Uenuku Malisala. In the centres, Rawiti Hira and Ma'afu Roberts. The halves are Smith and Paki. In the front row, Polder, Butler and Tutaki. The back row, Rogers, Brown, Vangana and Pessi locks the scrum. And on the bench for the Auckland Maori, Dre Roberts, Junior Power, Tuomiti and Kamana Po. So that is how the Auckland Maori will take the team today, coached by Neville Rogers. And on the other side of the field, the Toa Samoa Invitational at the back, Emmanuel Tumavavi Gerard. The wingers are Brown and Tu. In the centres, Mautoa and Tupo. And the halves, Tumo Makara and Dylan Tavita. He is also the captain. In the front row, the engine room, Lenny Nemea and Makatoa. The hooker is Falilua Malio. In the back row, Limafa and Tamoa. And locking the scrum is Justice Leo Sevi. And on the bench, Edwin Amituani, Tongayu Afuriti and Caleb Ueli. That is how the 2 teams will take the field today, ladies and gentlemen, as we prepare for kickoff in the first game of the 2018 Upright Access Man Cup. It's going to be the Auckland Maori under-20 who get things underway. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Our referee today in the middle of the park, Nathan Barker-Pringle. He's joined by Joseph Green and Corey Jewell on the sideline as Toa Samoa get us underway. This Toa Samoa team made up predominantly of players who play in the Auckland First Division competition, the SAS Fox Memorial Premiership. One of those being Falilua Malio, who's in his 2nd year of Fox, this year with Mount Albert, last year with the Te Aratu Roosters. We see Tavita take it to the line there. Halfback for the Point Chevalier Pirates. I'm now going to welcome into commentary my calling partner, Troy Hardy. Well, Troy, if that doesn't get you pumped, I don't know what will. Fantastic pre-match build-up, and we're ready to go.
Yeah, mate, looks good, and going to enjoy, the next 80 minutes of some class football, mate. Great to be here, and it's good to be at Mount Smart number 1.
So, penalty there, late in the tackle count as well, so a disappointing one there for the Auckland Maori. Penalty right in front of the post. You would think tap and go is probably going to be the call here. Tavita keen to get things going, kicks for touch. And they'll start this one at 15 out from the line. Jacob Tamoa, the Mangere East Hawk, takes them forward, 10 off the line now. Tackled over the top by Pessi. Falilua Malio goes 1 out to the big front rower, Makitoa. Pushed right up against the line now, short ball here. Powerful carry forward. Auckland Maori get there in numbers and they just hold him back. It was Lenny Nemea going close. And a little knock on in there, and the Auckland Maori have survived it. So good defensive set there after giving away the penalty late in the tackle count, Troy. They come up trumps.
Yeah, probably, bobbling it on the line there just eases the pressure off. And Auckland Maori get a little bit of a pressure release there. And if you've just joined us, welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, from around the world. They're all of our Pacific Island nations, as we see Toa Samoa up against Auckland Maori. And looks like they're both wearing the favoured blue today, right. Corey, the favoured blue.
Yeah, they haven't done the commentators any favours with the uniforms today, but never mind. You can see the distinctive green strip on the Auckland Maori. So I'm sure we won't have too many issues there. So Auckland Maori now with their first use of the ball. Had disrupted build-up, lost a number of players to Vodafone Warriors duty and injury in the lead-up. They did gather in camp at the Marae last night, Troy, and all got together. One thing about this team, a lot of these boys have played together since they were young fellas. They know each other very well.
Yeah, and managed to catch up with Cody Walker, involved with the camp overnight. And, it would be fair to say that the boys thoroughly enjoyed their time together. And it brings them in, with great spirit as this game is, kicked off and underway.
So penalty here for the Māori. We can see Chaz Brown, the trainer, on field there. Viewers of the SAS Fox Memorial Premiership will recognise Jazz from the live stream game earlier in the year where he was playing for the Glenora Bears. Spent a number of years with the Mount Albert Lions as well. We see Xavier Tutaki with his first carry of the game. A West Auckland boy. attended Kelston Boys High School, was really a mainstay of that team for a number of years as they went through a hugely successful spell. Now they're going to spread play on, try their luck out wide. Smith to Pessi, but he's met well. Jacob Tamor leading the charge there. Tavita finishing in over the top. They spin it out the back now, looking to get to their kick on last tackle now. He's going to run it here. Paki still dancing his way through. Paki looking for the offload, and it's going to be a knock-on cleaned up by Toa Samoa. So Scrappy into the set there, didn't get to their kick. And now Toa Samoa start this set in good field positioning here. Big carry forward by Milan Brown. The outside backs come in looking for a bit of work now. Setu 2. Liao Sevi just short of the 30 now at Toa Samoa. Tavita now goes to the line, dummies to Tamor, and loses the ball at the end of it. It's going to be called a strip. So back-to-back sets coming up here for Toa Samoa. 20 up from the line.
Having a discussion around kick or go. And the boys are going to go.
It's under-20s football. Surely you don't kick goals in under-20s football. Keep the ball alive, keep things going.
And probably wouldn't want to be talking about kicking goals, Corey. Another story.
So Whailua Malio gets us back underway now. Tavita brings play back to the middle of the park. Makatoa, Mangere East Hawk. 9 out from the line now. Finished in over the top by Polder. Shift out towards this left edge. Good first up contact there, and it had to be on.
Great deep.
Shuffle it on now. Liao Sevi. Tamor now puts on a little step. Beats one, beats two. Still palming them off now is Tamor. Driving the legs. Whailua Malio now, a little sneaky dart out of dummy half, but the Auckland Māori are onto it. And referee Barker Pringles has held up. Good defence there from the Auckland Māori side. Whailua Malio thought he spotted a little gap there, but they got there in numbers. Last tackle coming up. Tavita dribbles a little kick in. Was that off knees? Play on is the call. 6 again. Tamor now will take the tackle. How much longer can this team hold on for? 3 sets back to back now, up against the line. Whailua Malio centres play. Liao Sevi.
Coming very close.
Back door now. Toa Samoa keen to go to the edges. Troy, they've been pretty insistent on using their big fellas so far. We haven't seen too much in the way of a sideways movement. And here's a big carry forward by Lenny Nemea. And I think he's got the opener.
I think he was happy with that one. Let's have a look at the action replay. Upright access.
You can see here, Nemea just runs the hard line, gets low, which is the important one, and then just able to drive the legs. They did well to get their numbers, the Auckland Māori, but too big to stop from that range in the end. And Lenny Nemea opens the scoring.
And a big thank you to Upright Access, major sponsor of today, bringing you the games live streaming through our live stream partners, Ctas. And to get on to the link, courtesy of the Auckland Rugby League, aucklandleague.co.nz. Big day to be here, Corey.
Absolutely, and if you are watching at home, weighing up whether to get down here, the weather is fine, ladies and gentlemen. Get down to Mount Smart Stadium. We've got hot coffee and Fritz Wieners on display down here as well, so how good? Get
Pretty
down
good,
and enjoy
Fritz Wiener.
Some local representative footy. As Tavita now is going to attempt the conversion from just to the left of the uprights. Strikes it well, and the flags are up. So it is the Toa Samoa Invitational who lead 6 points to 0 over the Auckland Māori under-20s.
Big shout out to all the volunteers here today helping us deliver the Rugby League program at Mount Smart number 1, and to all the Auckland Rugby League staff who will be here for a long day enjoying the football. Fantastic.
So Casey Smith to get us back underway. Straight back into
Karen.
it, and big contact from the try scorer Nemia.
He's fired up.
Waste no time getting back into the physical stuff. Now they jump out of dummy half. Good leg drive there, still running is Malutoa. A look across this Toa Samoa team. A couple of boys who are already pretty experienced really at first division level. Troy, you look at someone like Johnny Falilo Malio, who is in his second year of Fox footy. Emmanuel U20vv Gerard's had a taste this year with Mount Albert as well, and Setu too, who we called last week for Otahu, who he was fantastic. One of their real key players this year.
Yeah, absolutely. That young Otahu side, they're pretty talented and really fit across the board, and they're going places this year. Another big carry.
Speaking of going places, Nemia knows only one way, and he wants another try. Driving the legs now, 10 metres off the line. Falilo Malio goes to his left. Bumping carry forward, just short of the line. Underneath was Butler.
You're right, Corey. They're keeping it in the middles, and they decide to shift to the edge now. Oh, pass to no one. Have to clean it up.
U20vv Gerard gets there to clean it up. The pass from Tavita just a little bit off on that occasion. Siavi Tupo, graduate of Southern Cross campus, won a national title there. Short ball now, Tavita, lovely ball at the line, but equally good defence from the Auckland Maori, who have been very brave up against their own line here now. Tavita shuffles play on Tamoa. They'll do well to stop him here. Tamoa still going around the legs.
I think that's full count. It's a handover.
So good defence, Auckland Maori under 20. They survive another one there now. But boy, when a man the size of Tamoa gets the ball there, he was straight away thinking danger signs, but they did well there, held them out. They weathered the storm. Ball has now come loose. It's going to be a penalty. So here's a leg up out of trouble as well.
Yeah, it's been a Toa Samoa camp fest. They've been down here in Auckland Maori's territory from kick-off. So Auckland Maori really need to have a wee bit of time on the ball now and see if they can't get some territory and build a bit of pressure. Tap and go.
So our first real chance to see these Auckland Māori forwards in action. Well, we've seen plenty of the Toa forwards so far. Let's see what their counterparts have got, and if that is any
Good
indication, they've got plenty. That's a good carry forward there by Taylor Polder, the Howard Hornet.
Yeah, both front rows having a great game. Shane, is that a little bit forward?
Short ball there, they're going to get away with it because they're up inside the 10. I think you're right, Troy. The pass from Butler was a little suspect, but they're going to get the penalty. Smith now looking to tap and go by the look of things, get things back underway. Hands it off to Big Tutaki, who gets low, sneaks a couple more metres, wanted to get to that quick play of the ball as well. Butler now jumps out.
Trying to milk it.
Not getting away with it that time. Or maybe he is late flopping, I think there.
Yeah.
Barker Pringle blows the penalty. So now all of a sudden, the Auckland Māori able to build a little bit of pressure here.
First time down on this part of the field too.
They're going to tap and go. Butler hands off to Rogers Brown, the Ngāpuhi boy. They miss out Pissy. Go back door instead to Smith, who throws a nice ball there. Short ball at the line, but equally good defence. Up and in was Tumu Makara, and he's forced the error there.
I think it drifted forward is the indication.
So forward pass, the call.
Kia ora and talofa if you've just joined us here at Mount Smart number 1. Big day today, ladies and gentlemen. Tonga, New Zealand residents up against Auckland Rugby League. Auckland's back, baby.
Samoa now keen to go wide early. Setu 2 gets into a bit of space. Crows are forward. They get away with it for the time being. Samoa now jump out of dummy half via Tupo. They go forward, very impressive so far, the Samoans. Really rolling through the middle of the park. The Auckland Maori have got to find an answer to this pretty quickly. Whalilua Malio there with a clever little run out of dummy half.
Put a lot of work in the defence, Auckland Maori.
Tumu Makara opts to run the ball that time. Tavita, high one down towards the corner. Here's a tester. Setu 2 goes up, ball's loose, and knock on is going to be the call.
Managed to defuse that. A few of the boys high-fiving themselves.
He's fairly tall timber, is Setu 2, so not a bad option to put it to the sky there, Troy. He's also very athletic. As you can see there, well, I think he certainly got up and above his marker, but the ball coming loose.
A bit of size in that Samoan pack in there.
There is indeed. Led by the tackler, Nemia. The Jacob Tamua, Troy, I mean, for his age, a huge human being already. We've seen him in action for Mangere East a couple of times. He spent some time over in Australia with the Sydney Roosters in the SG Ball competition. He's come back. Certainly a great prospect here in Auckland now as we see Tomovavi Gerard take a difficult one there, and he is swamped by the kick chase. Good carry forward there. Good first up contact though by Pissy.
Auckland Maori want to show a lot of energy around this set. Probably a bit more line speed. They're sort of letting them run a little bit.
Whalilua Malio now, speaking of running, jumps out and again makes 15 metres without even really having to work for it. Last tackle play coming up now. Halves set to either side. They're going to go to Tavita, who this time puts it along the ground, but well read at the back by the Auckland Māori under 20, who recover. So interesting in these opening exchanges, you could say Toa Samoa dominating that middle battle, but once they get down this end, Auckland Māori coming up with some big stuff defensively. Ball comes loose there. Was that forward? Well, it is now. So we have a knock-on from the Auckland Māori. Swamping defence there from Toa Samoa, and they'll pack down this scrum right on the 40.
Auckland Maori looking to try and put a couple of sets together. You know, doing a little bit tough at the moment. Referee's having a chat to the big fella there. Something about, was it blood? No.
We'll have time off now. I think you might be right there, Troy. There might be a blood bin situation here, which we're currently dealing with. Great story. Nathan Barker-Pringle got his shot in the Jersey Fleet competition earlier this year. You can actually read about that in the Auckland Rugby League's e-magazine, League Lens, which was published this week.
Great read too, that, Corey. Not biased by anyone.
Well, that's right.
No, great read.
But Nathan, one of our really good young referees coming through the system, and it's always good to see our refs. He's featured on a number of grand final days over the last few years and now getting his shot in those higher competitions.
Time back on, mate.
Of course, if you are interested in becoming a referee, there's the website on cue on the screen, arlrefs.co.nz. And a little false start from the scrum being fed there, so we'll pack back down. Tavita had fed the scrum before Auckland Māori had even finished packing that time. This time we're all good and back underway we go. Shuffles out. One play to his left where Malutoa carries forward. Nemea, hasn't he been immense early on? A try to his name already. Leads the run meters for Toa Samoa as well.
In the early stages, Toa Samoa seem to be getting the extra metre or two, you know, once they've gone past the advantage line.
The Alsefi hands off to Makatoa. And first interchange of the game there, Nemea coming off, and Tonga onto the field now. Tavita to Jacob Tamoa, staggered line from the Auckland Māori, but good contact again down low. And a couple of big tackles already has Rogers Brown. Now they're going to go to the edge. Dinks a little kick in behind. Chase is good, but they're going to let it stroll harmlessly dead. So once again, credit to the Auckland Māori team who got there, scrambled well, and now they want to get things back underway quickly. A couple of handy trainers on display for Toa Samoa today, Troy. We've mentioned Chaz Brown earlier, but also Arden McCarthy, who we have, of course, called a number of times in action for Point Chevalier over the years. Has played at intra-super premiership level. He also went to the World Cup with Samoa in 2013, so a handy guy to have helping the boys out.
Yep. Nothing like a bit of experience. Oh.
Butler now jumped out of dummy half. I thought that might not have been square there, but play on is the call. The Alsefi there, hanging on as long as he can on the tackle. They spin the ball out the back. They get to their kick, the Auckland Māori.
Covered well, starts to grind it out inside the 20.
Breaks the initial tackle there of Smith. Setutu. Before the other winger gets involved, Milan Brown. Nice little crowd starting to build here at Mount Smart Stadium. Ahead of the big one between Auckland and the Tonga New Zealand residents. Tavita now looks to the skies. Tricky one at the back here for Rangi, who fields it in with class. He's been a real standout for the Glenora Bears and the Fox so far. They get the penalty as well here, the Auckland Māori. But he's got a number of Player of the Day votes. Doing a really good job at the back for them. Of course, we'll see another Glenora fullback in action later on in the Auckland game. Polema Siaki is going to be the Auckland fullback. So, boy, they've got some talent out west in the back line. Wyatt Rangi just the latest to roll off that production line. Another of the Kelston Boys High School kids. Tap and go is the call. Ma'afu Roberts. Isaiah Vangana, the son of Joe Vangana, former Kiwi international. Spent a long, long time with the Bradford Bulls, of course, part of that great Kiwi connection at the Bradford Bulls that featured Robbie Paul, Shontaine Harpy, Leslie Vinacolo. So great to see the next generation coming through.
Oh.
Sloppy play of the ball. Butler can't handle it.
Shame. They felt like they were just getting a wee bit of rhythm there. And, you know, bobbling the ball on that occasion, getting ready to reset the scrum, probably not the best outcome.
You mentioned it earlier, Troy, that the Auckland Māori team probably just needed to start completing some sets, and they just haven't been able to do it while they're making good ground. Errors, particularly late in tackle counts, I think, a real issue for them so far. 20 minutes into this game. Balls come loose, and now it's Toa Samoa's turn to come up with an easy error, and the Auckland Māori now are going to get their best start to a set in this game. They really have struggled for field position. You can see Whalilua Malio there, certainly given his troops the orders there, he's not happy at all with that error. So this scrum to pack down 30 off the line.
They've weathered the storm, haven't they, Auckland Māori? I mean, you know, with 20-odd minutes gone, it's been pretty much Toa Samoa down inside their territory, hammering away at the line, and we're 6-0. So they'll really want to complete this set.
Smith. Oh, and the error on first tackle. And I think with that, the Troy Hardy curse may be back.
Transferred over from Corey Rosser.
So another error. And they back it up with the penalty. So that's a killer for Coach Neville Rogers. A mistake in a good ball situation, then a penalty on the back of it, and now Tavita is going to kick for touch. And any chance of wrestling some momentum back gone here for the Auckland Māori under 20. They're about to have to weather another storm. Because here come Toa, and the big boys are winding up. It's going to start with the back rower, Lemafa, the 18-year-old from the Richmond Bulldogs. He's an Otahuhu junior. Good carry forward there from the benchman, Tongayu.
They're looking pretty sharp down here, aren't they?
Liao Sevi hands it off to Tamua. They get down low on him. Tomavavi Gerard brings play back to the middle of the park. Liao Sevi. 10 out from the line here, Toa Samoa. They keep rolling through the middle of the park. Determined to keep using those big boys. They know they've got the size advantage. Now they go to the edge. Bodies everywhere here. Chase is on. Ball is loose. It's been cleaned up at the back wisely by Tui Pompey, who gets there just in the nick of time. So back-to-back sets coming up here now for Toa Samoa. Troy, you mentioned Tui Pompey there, one of the Franklin Storm connection out there. A really exciting young player. We've called him a couple of times as well for Wesley College. But boy, he's a talented kid.
Yeah, he looked sharp the day we saw him out at the College Rugby League match. And I think he sustained a little bit of an injury. He didn't play that Saturday with the Franklin Storm game that we live streamed. But yeah, no, he's actually having a good year so far.
Brother Adam Pompey is over with the Sydney Roosters. I understand Tuhi also contracted to the Roosters right now.
Another wave of attack that they're having to repel.
Tavita, backdoor now to Tomavavi Gerard. Tomavavi Gerard shakes off the first one. Short side now. Jacob Tamua! Bodies underneath. Wow. I think they've held him up. The ball's now come loose. Barker Pringle says held up. Great defensive effort there. Boy, every time Tamua touches the ball, he is a threat. Gets those big legs driving.
He certainly attracts a few defenders, but hats off to Auckland Maori managing to get underneath that big body and keep him off the line.
Tavita now dinks a little kick in over the top. Rangi's onto it at the back, cleans it up. That's good fullback play there from Wyatt Rangi. Heads up stuff, was ready for the kick and cleaned up accordingly. Now they need a good set here. Now they need to complete a set. It's been a long time since the Auckland Māori under 20 have done that. So fresh legs on the park for the Auckland Māori side as well. Kaimanapo. Looking to get that quick play of the ball now. Swing it out the back door. Goes to Paki, who dodges the first one and then gets to his kick. But it's an easy one at the back for Tomavavi Gerard, who looks up and sees a pretty enthusiastic kick chase. So not a bad set there for the Auckland Māori. Troy, certainly an improvement on what they've thrown up in the last 5 or so minutes.
All right, bobble. Sorry about that, Corey. Yeah, just about ready to launch an attack there and didn't get the ball into his hands. And so this will be an opportunity for Auckland Maori. They're in the right part of the field.
Absolutely.
And I'm pretty sure they should be feeding. Yes, they are. As the boys get ready to set the scrum. Good Samoa players are going, what? You want me to go in there? I thought I was a back. Yep, in the scrum, son. Here we go.
Tane Paki to feed the scrum. Casey Smith now brings Rangi into the play. Gets to the quick play of the ball as well. Now Smith jumps out of dummy half. Now a little bit of footwork from Smith. 10 out from the line. Here come the Auckland Maori now. Butler brings play into the middle of the park. Legs driving from
he did well too,
Kamana
fresh legs.
Might be space on the left edge here if that's where they go. Butler to Paki. Paki thinks there is as well. Steps back inside instead. Tane Paki. Tane Paki's under the post. Individual brilliance from Tane Paki. Gets the ball and just steps his way through.
Let's have a look at the upright access action replay. And basically he took that on himself to just open them up like a can of... Give me a can of baked beans.
Can of something.
Can of baked beans.
You can see it all starts with the good carry from Kamana Po, and then from there, they've got them on the back foot. It's a nice bit of footwork from Paki, the last one in particular, to break through the would-be tackle of U20vv and scores the try. He's looked threatening every time he's run the ball, this kid, and is rewarded with a try right next to the uprights there. Well, the kick to come from in front. We should have a tied ball game here as we edge towards the half-hour mark. You see Butler now coming to the sideline in the corner of the shot here. Smith to attempt the conversion from in front, which...
And I was about to say, I wish you hadn't have said that, Corey.
Brushes the upright.
The curse is now firmly back with you, Mr. Rossa.
That one doesn't count. That's a near miss, surely. Surely.
Now, just on the near misses and all the action replays, we have them on the Auckland Rugby League YouTube channel. You can get to them by Sunday afternoon, and all of the action that you've seen today, plus all of the Fox and Sharman action that's been playing out through the 2018 season, is all there for your viewing pleasure.
So, tied ball game. And while the possession and field position stats would suggest Toa Samoa are fairly well in control here, the Auckland Maori, to their credit, have been very brave in defence, and off the back of that have got themselves back into the game, and now we see a bit of a spring in the step of this Auckland Maori team, and it's been spurred on by the introduction of Tuki Kamana Po, who's had a couple of big carries since coming onto the field. See another big one there from Polder. The middle of the park, right on halfway now. Fresh legs on at dummy half as well for the Auckland Maori. In the shape of Dre Roberts. We saw him in action at the Sports Safe ARL9s earlier this year. The talented kid from the Howard Hornets. Now they move play on. Paki brings the centre into the game. Haven't seen much of him so far. Ra Witihira. The Otahuhu Leopards Fox Memorial Centre. Swinging out the back now. Rangi's going to look to the skies. Tester at the back. Brown left it bounce. Now the chase is on. Now there's bodies coming from everywhere. It's been scooped up by the Auckland Maori. And it is Iloa Ma'afu Roberts who picks it up. We wait for confirmation.
There
and it is indeed a try. What about that? Never let the ball bounce. And Milan Brown is punished this time. It's a booming kick from Wyatt Rangi. And you can see he just wasn't going to get there. Not really too much to blame there. But the chase, great follow-in from Ma'afu Roberts. Scoops it up and over he goes. So Casey Smith to attempt the conversion. Just in from the sideline.
Just a bit of technical issues in the background there, Corey.
Smith steps in. Scuffed it a little bit off the boot. And it's away, so the score remains Auckland Maori under 2010, Toa Samoa Invitational 6. What about this, Troy? The Auckland Maori team really had no field positioning at all for the first...
Weathered the storm, mate. Weathered the storm, and now they're 4 points up.
Absolutely. So great fight back from the Auckland Maori team, and they take the 4-point lead into the final 8 minutes of this half. Tavita now gets us back underway. Long kick down. Fielded by Casey Smith. Here comes a big carry forward here from the man off the bench. Tuki Kamanapo getting straight back into it. 25 out from the line. Dodgy one there. I think he's held on to it. Just managed to reel it in, did Vangana. Roberts gets on the end of a quick play of the ball now. Makes 10 metres on the fly. 40 off their line. Roberts fighting for a quick play of the ball. Surely that's a penalty. Play on is the call. Kick out a dummy half from Roberts. Catches them back. There's calls that he's touched it here, Setu too. We're going to have to wait for confirmation. I don't think he has.
Don't think the linesman bought into it.
So there's going to be a Toa Samoa ball. Samoa getting us back underway. First time in a little while they've had any meaningful position here. Toa Samoa. A good carry forward there by Tomovavi Gerard up over the top of Roberts.
Changed. Great run.
Lovely little bit of footwork there and gets the offload away as well. Now Leo Sevi picks it up.
Auckland Maori going to have to get busy on the D.
Bumping carry forward there by Makatoa. So it's turned into a very good set here for Toa Samoa. Glenn Afariti. Tavita plays short at the line. Tamoa looked like he may have tripped there. And last tackle, handover is the call. But they are loving the idea of working down this short side. See, that time it was actually Edwin Amituani. Smith goes to the line now. Casey Smith broken through. Casey Smith now is into open space. He's got Tomovavi Gerard to beat. Looming on his outside is the big second rower. And they're going to go in here. The Auckland Maori under 20. What a try. It is scored by Isaiah Vangana. Referee points to the spot. Let's take a look now on the upright access replay. And it starts with Casey Smith going to the line.
He's had a good day, that young boy. He's looked dangerous a couple of times.
And he just bumps out of the first tackle, the would-be tackle of Tomo Makara, and then good awareness, Troy, to see the second rower looming in support, who then in turn showed some pretty good pace. And my apologies, he has handed that off at the end there to Tuhi Pompey, who finishes it off.
He looked like he could have gone himself, and he sort of stumbled towards the end there, but the wing will say, thanks very much, I'll support you and put 4 on the board for me.
And you learn his lesson as a back row. You don't give tries away that easy to wingers. But lovely work there. Classy touches from Casey Smith, Vangana, and finished off by Tuhi Pompey, the Franklin kid.
Big welcome in too to all the SAS Fox Memorial head coaches that are watching today. And I know a number of you have texted me already. So great to have you on board. And I dare say there'll be a number of Crown Lift Truck Sharman Cup coaches having a watch of the Auckland Rugby League action, as there's probably not a lot of other rugby league on this Queen's Birthday weekend.
No, and I guess this is a bit of a buffet of rugby league talent as well, isn't it? A great chance to have a look at boys that are coming through, particularly in this game, the next generation coming through.
Absolutely.
Casey Smith now strikes this one a little better, strikes this one a whole lot better.
Great kick at goal.
And so it is going to be the Auckland Maori under 20, 16, Toa Samoa Invitational under 26.
Some of the red and white flags have started to arrive, Corey, and let me tell you, it's not Sweden.
There's a sea of red coming, ladies and gentlemen, as we count down towards kickoff in the big one. the inaugural Upright Access Man Cup between Auckland and the Tonga, New Zealand residents. Good carry forward there by Taylor Polder, who's played big minutes in this first half. Trey Roberts jumps out of dummy half, not tricking anyone there, gets put down on a WWE style headlock. Pucky plays at the line now. They're a little bit broken here, Atoa Samoa. Battling to get the offload away is Rogers Brown. Not going to happen. Last tackle coming up. Roberts goes out the back to Rangi. They scored off the last time this kid put a bomb up. This time Milan Brown under it, takes it nicely. And they get the penalty at the end of it. Inside the 10, the call.
And that'll pull his confidence back a wee bit, because they're certainly putting him under pressure, weren't they?
Good response there from Brown. Let the first one bounce, just probably got his positioning a little bit off that time. No problems at all. Scoops it in nicely as we enter the final minute and a half here at Mount Smart Stadium number 1. Toa Samoa looking to finish with a flurry. The Muffa takes him up over halfway. Tonga U making good yardage through the middle here at Toa Samoa. The U20vv dummies and goes to the line instead. They're going to get to a kicking opportunity here now inside the final minute of the first half. Tavita put the ball down. It's going to be a knock on. It's broken down again for Toa Samoa. And after such a positive start to the game where they were rolling through the middle of the park, the wheels have fallen off a little in the last 15 minutes. And that time, an uncharacteristic error there from Tavita. Perhaps just guilty of thinking about the next play rather than bringing the ball in. And that's just about going to take us to half-time. We'll get a couple of tackles in, I would think.
The Auckland Maori coaching staff will be happy with the scoreline at half-time, considering how much storm they've had the weather, and especially in that first 20 minutes, Corey.
So 10 seconds to go. And balls come loose now. It's going to be a knock-on. Packet is the call. They're rushing. I don't think they're going to get time. And time is stopped. So they're going to get a play in here. No, they're not. That's going to be half-time. So there it is. The Auckland Maori under-20 16, Toa Samoa Invitational 6, half-time here in the curtain raiser to the 2018 Upright Access Man Cup. Stay with us, ladies and gentlemen. We've got some news for you in the half-time break here before we get back for the second half here at Mount Smart Stadium number 1.
Live league action. In 2018, the Auckland Rugby League is putting the game in your hands. Never miss a hit from New Zealand's premier rugby league competition. To get the inside edge on where you can watch the action live and free, head up aucklandleague.co.nz. Live league action, aucklandleague.co.nz.
Talofa lava ia manuea le vaiaso o le ngangana Samoa. Happy Samoan Language Week. Let's take a look at what's happening around the grounds. Auckland vs Tonga. Now our massive Queen's birthday clash between Tonga New Zealand residents and Auckland is this Saturday, June the 2nd. Don't forget our blockbuster of a curtain raiser between Toa Samoa and the Auckland Maori under-20s. Grab your tickets at ticketek.co.nz. Speaking of Queen's birthday weekend, we've got our Auckland Vulcans women playing in the National Women's Tournament this Saturday throughout to Monday at Cornwall Park. Please make sure to go support the girls or follow our coverage at aucklandleague.co.nz. Now a premiership update. Not much has changed in both the ladders. Let's take a look at the Crown Lift Truck Shaman Cup ladder. So the Bay Roscoe Vikings are sitting at the top and the newcomers Franklin Storm are second with 10 points. Now the SAS Fox Memorial ladder, let's take a look at that one. So after dancing on the big stage last week, the Point Chevalier Pirates are remaining at the top undefeated with 16 points. And the Glenora Bears are just behind them in second place on 14. A last reminder for you, all grades are off this weekend except our massive Queen's Birthday Clash, so see you there. Make sure to grab your tickets again at tickettech.co.nz. I'm Savannah Tefau-Levy. Have a good weekend. Faso forward.
Malali, e Palame Lawaki. Come support us take on Auckland at Mount Smart Stadium. Grab your tickets from tickettech.co.nz. Let's go.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Mount Smart Stadium number 1. We're at half-time in the curtain raiser of the 2018 Upright Access Man Cup. Auckland versus Tonga, New Zealand.